Hey, what's up? How you doing? Welcome back to Karpo Gaming and another Biomutant video. Well, we have a brand new update, ladies and gentlemen. Update 1.4. Right now, it's on the PC and it's coming to console. Today, we'll go over all the full patch notes in this video. So if at any given time you found this video helpful or just a little bit entertaining, please by all means follow, like, and subscribe on all social media platforms, but especially on YouTube, because it helps these videos get out there in the YouTube algorithm and I'm able to give back more. Now, thanks for watching, everybody. Update 1.4 is here today, ladies and gentlemen, ready to upload, download, and have fun. That's right, Update 1.4 is first out on the PC and is coming to console. Now, Biomutant put out a tweet letting us know this. Today, we're going to hop on over to the Steam community page where they have the patch notes. Let's go over them. First off, we have PC specific. Fix crash with AMD based CPUs with built-in graphics. Also fix the crash when device infos contain invalid display data on AMD based CPUs. Now for the tutorial area. In order to improve the pacing of the early parts of the game, they've edited dialogue to be shorter. They've also added more enemies and loot to these areas to better represent the experience later in the game. They've added more early enemy encounters, added missing loot in empty trenches outside of Jengai Fortress, added item drop chances for Bunker 101 crates, updated best before memory to decrease the distance between the nanos and the pie size tree, remove some parts out of date and best before dialogues to improve pacing, remove multiple dialogue fragments to shorten tutorial area length. Remove some parts of Goop and Gizmo dialogue to improve pacing, and remove multiple camera presentations to improve pacing. Now under Dialogue and Narrator, reduce the amount of gibberish spoken before the narrator starts translating, added dialogue settings toggles for gibberish and narrator, allowing players to select if they want to hear the narrator, the gibberish, or both when talking to NPCs. Also fix narration and gibberish playing silently and producing an awkward pause when each corresponding volume setting is set to 0 instead of skipping the sound entirely. Also remove the text delay animation when either gibberish or narration is disabled. Now for difficulty settings. Added extreme difficulty setting, which is pretty cool. I have to try that out. Where enemy damage and attack rate is further increased. Fixed difficulty settings not being applied for already spawned enemies. Now, New Game Plus. Open up all class perks for New Game Plus games. When starting a New Game Plus game, the player will now be able to unlock perks from all classes. That's pretty cool. Under settings, added motion blur slider to all settings. Fix so the camera setting auto adjusts the player. Also applies for combat. If turned off, the camera will no longer try to frame enemies while in combat. Huge plus. Fix depth of field toggle not being applied in dialogue. Under items and loot, increase chances that items found have a level requirement closer to the player's actual level when found. Players will still be able to find items with higher level requirements, but player level is now taken into account. Remove common items, loot drops from higher level loot crates. Reduce the amount of healing items that the player will find from crates and defeated enemies. Increase base damage from melee bodies, handles, and add-ons by approximately 5%. Reduce base damage from ranged bodies, muzzles, and grips by approximately 5%. Fix resistances stats not being applied for crafted gear when adding add-ons. Reduce gear add-ons resistances and critical chance bonuses. Ensure that quest rewards diver helmet will no longer drop as random loot, which is pretty good because I definitely had that, and yeah, that sucked. Probably gonna have to get that again. Remove slots from all over protective suits. Under sound, updated melee sound effects across the board. Updated mount sound effects volume. Added sound effects for Tribe War, Tribuchet. Updated sounds when the player lands inside headquarters after being launched from catapult. Under combat, Fix issue with abnormally high damage output due to consumable top mod applying meta damage multiple times during equip and unequip. Fix ability damage not being able to inflict critical hits. Reduce that eye sharpshooter perk damage multiplier from 2.0 to 1.5 to ensure that it is compatible for other perks. Disable end of combat slow motion cameras for short combat scenarios. Adjusted val angles for combat target to reduce camera movement in combat. Disable camera look at when striking characters up in the air. Fix the few cases wherein air striking will not complete its last attack. Adjusted speed for some enemy grabs. It is now a bit easier to dodge them in time. Fix kick attack from smaller enemies being too difficult to parry. Parry windows is now more consistent and enemies can be staggered out of it. All tribe, Sifus, and Lupin in the final encounter now react stronger to being parried, allowing players to parry and then counter attack. Fix issue with tracking on Jengai staff attacks. First 3 hits will no longer overshoot targets and dodge attack is more reliable. Fix sometimes spawning double deaths particle effects on defeated enemies. Fix issues with Pichu Nunchuck not stopping its animation. Fix larger enemies with melee weapons animating too quickly at slowing walking speeds. Adjusted hit reaction for Morks to make melee more viable and satisfying to us. Fix issue with dodge shooting while reloading and not moving the character correctly. Fix issue with airstrike sometimes being cancelled. Adjusted the range for melee attacks to improve enemy tracking and reduce misses. Fix issues where melee gap closer would sometimes overshoot. Fix backwards attack for crush weapons resulting in a miss most of the time. Adjusted animations for unarmed and glove attacks to be faster. Fix issue where the player would sometimes become stuck underneath larger enemies after being knocked to the ground. Added the ability to slide underneath legs of titans. Fix issue where the players would sometimes get stuck inside an enemy after a vault or leg slide move. Fix issue where the player would sometimes get stuck inside an enemy after airstrike. Adjusted sound and rumble effects for successful parry to improve feedback. Also, fix issue where airstrike would cause enemies to be launched very far and improve aiming for jumbo puff when throwing rocks. Now for quests and achievements. Fix game progress not being able to reach 100% due to unavailable quest statuses when a single playthrough is being played. Fix back to the roots quest sometimes not being complete. Adjusted tribe warflow to be more robust. Fix the old world gadgets trophy correctly unlocking after finding old world gadgets. For crash fixes. Fix crashes when moving objects between areas using telekinesis. Now, for user interface. New weapon Wung Fu is now only unlocked when the player has crafted a new weapon instead of being unlocked when looting individual components. Added correct fast travel lock messages when attempting to fast travel while climbing a ladder or falling. Added mercenary DLC indicator to the main menu. Added dark background drops to QTE prompts to improve readability on lighter backgrounds. Move comic book effects to ensure that the counter QTE prompts is visible. Reverse hypoxia warning percent value to be consistent with other zones. And added fading to enemy and friendly markers at 30-meter distance to reduce HUD clutter. Now let's go to World. Underworld, remove several area objectives from Suburbia as they are tied to the mall quest and could cause confusion. Replace a couple of NPCs tasks that did not work as intended. Added missing no rain volume to the sewer entrance at oil fields to prevent indoor rain effect. Subnautica station is now fully covered by correct post-process volume. Improve look in indoor puddles. Fix issue where the player was able to fall through the world in the Myriad Fortress. Fix issue where the player was able to fall through the world in the Akati Outpost. Fix issue where big oil planes were possible to walk on. Fix oil field monsters presentation camera being triggered underground. Fix the area objective for Gutway 6G countering incorrect amount of superb loot. Miscellaneous. Disable fast travel when jumping from water. Fix issue where the unspeakable hand Wong Fu could cause NPCs to fall through the water surfaces instead of drowning. Fix issues with rocket NPCs being struck in air after explosion. Fix the issue with rocket NPCs explosion particle effects popping when being removed. Adjusted free fall duration needed for mounts to trigger hard landing, fix attribute check labels in puzzles incorrectly being displayed as loot chances instead of intellect, fix infinite jump when using photo mode, fix fireflies not spamming narration when caught, fix child memories being auto-completed when opening photo book, fix some doors opening after photo mode, fix smoke from burning villages sometimes being rendered as stripes on AMD GPUs, adjust the default camera pitch up a bit so it's not positioned directly behind the player, and last but not least, fix resistances being reset after modifying appearances. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are all of the patch notes that we have today. The brand new update is here on PC, coming to console as soon as it pass approval process. And yeah, get out there and have some fun. New game plus, looters revamped, and a whole lot more. I can't wait to jump back into Biomutant. But for right now, that's pretty much going in for the video. Hope you truly enjoyed it. Once again, if you are new to the channel, how you doing and welcome. Don't forget to subscribe because right here at Karpo Gaming, I upload a wide variety of videos ranging from updates, tips and tricks, guides, news, and a whole lot more. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, without your help, I wouldn't be able to give back more and do more giveaways. So once again, thank you everybody for all your love and your support. And as always, I'll be seeing y'all in the next one. Later.